Hello and welcome. Esteban here with All American Print Supply. Thank you so much for joining us. As you may have read from the title description, today we're going to be asking the question, do I need to pre-treat my white shirts? Now, before we dive into it, I do want to mention the YouTube channel, which is AA Print Supply Co. on YouTube.com. You can see all of my past webinars, product spotlights, tutorials, walkthroughs, and we're adding content every week. So if you haven't already, like I said, AA Print Supply Co. on YouTube.com, hit the red subscribe button, drop some thumbs up, and be sure to hit the post notification bell so you never miss any of our awesome content. While we're on the subject, I want to mention also the website, which is aaprintssupplyco.com, where right now, if you register an account, log in, make your purchases as normal, you'll begin to accrue points back on every purchase, good towards future items on the website. It's our way of saying thank you and building a lasting relationship between client and company. Let's get into it. Okay, so what is Pretreat? Pretreat is a solution that we apply onto garments so that we're able to print white ink. If we're doing dark t-shirts or anytime we need full color, it is required that we pre-treat. We get the question, do I need to pre-treat royal blue or orange or bright red? The answer is yes. If we need to have exact color matching to the design files that we create, we must first apply a white underbase. So when we put the color on top, we have exact matching to our design. Now, what if the t-shirt is already white? Now, we do offer pre-treat solutions for Cmyk Printing specifically for white garments. It's going to be a very important part of the process as far as having the best final product possible. It's going to increase washability and give us our, like I said, best final product. Today, we're going to be using our Stahl's Hottronic 1620 Auto Open, our EcoFreen Mr. T1 pre-treat machine, our Epson F2100 direct-to-garment printer, and for pre-treat, we're going to be working with the Firebird Vivid and Image Armor Light. And then we're also going to show you a Cmyk print without pre-treat. Let's get started. Okay, so for our first live demonstration, we're gonna be printing with the Firebird Vivid. This is definitely a customer favorite here at All American Print Supply. It works great for your Cmyk prints. We're gonna show you right now how this works. Now, I love the EcoFreen Mr. T1 pre-treat machines because they have this handy reference chart. It's gonna give you recommended settings depending what you're printing and what color fabric. So for example, today we're using the Firebird Vivid, and over here for a medium weight t-shirt, it's going to be recommended for a level 4, and we're going to be doing a single pass. Now if this were a dark garment at that speed, I would probably be applying 2 passes so we have more of a sturdy foundation, but we do not need as much pre-treat if we're using a white t-shirt. Now as far as our blank garment, this is going to be a Smart Text Smart Blanks Adults Unisex Tee. If you got your Epson direct-to-garment printer from All American Print Supply, you're also going to get a 20% discount across all your blank garments. So these are included. It's a ring-spun cotton, so the fibers are very tightly woven. They're going to lay very flat, and it gives a really nice canvas for most any digital type of printing. I've already given this a quick pre-press in my Hottronics to smooth out the material, make sure all the fibers are laying down. Now it's time to pre-treat. I'm going to go ahead and load this into my machine. I'm going to tuck my sleeves underneath this drawer, the excess material. I've got my settings already entered here. We're going to go ahead and hit start. Awesome. Now, pre-treat just needs to really be absorbed by the fabric, so it can technically air dry. However, in a production setting, if you load this into your heat press, give it about 30 seconds at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, we'll be ready to start printing. Just gonna load this on here. Now, before I close the machine, I always wanna make sure to protect my heating element by laying down a cover sheet. This is gonna prevent any sort of wet ink, pre-treat, or anything I don't want on the element so it stays nice and clean. These are highly reusable and available also at AAPrintSupplyCo.com. Place this here. I'm gonna give that, We're gonna give that about 30 seconds. Now, as far as my direct-to-garment printer, today we're going to be using the NeoRip by Cathari software. It's available as a free demo trial if you did want to give this a shot, and we feel it really is what brings the most out of these direct-to-garment printers. We're going to have faster data transmission, estimated white ink savings of up to 40%, more color environments for higher grade printing, and better handling of complex designs such as flames, gradients, glows, things that might be a little more complicated for the traditional standard rip that comes with them. The printer is just about ready, and we're going to load this on right now. Also, if you did get your direct-to-garment printer from All American Print Supply, you're going to receive a 30% discount on the full version. If you do have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments. I'd love to connect you with a representative to get more information about any of the products or processes we're doing today. So I'm going to go ahead and load this onto the machine. like so. Lock it into place with the hoop. I've already sent the design. We're sending 3 files so we can print all of them, same settings, same image, so we can do a true side-by-side comparison. Now, when we're printing CMYK, it's gonna be a little bit faster than doing a dark garment because there's no underbase. Again, Pretreat is 100, we're getting a platen sensor height error here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this back out, and let's troubleshoot how we correct that. Now, we want to make sure that the garment is as flat as possible without really wiping it down with our hands. So we're just going to go around, kind of gently adjust around the platen hoop. I'm going to check my platen height. I'm at a 1.5, so honestly this should be good for a t-shirt. I'm not going to lower it. I'm going to go ahead, make sure everything's good. Let's send this back in, see if we can get a solid print. And we're good, that's all it was. As I was saying, for a dark fabric t-shirt, to print that white underbase, Pretreat is absolutely required. The white ink will just simply not bond to the shirt. Now, if we're doing the Cmyk printing, we can load this on, print directly onto a sheet of paper. But if our goal is to have the best final product available, we want to try and prevent bleeding, we want to increase our washability, make sure your customer has a long life with your garment, pre-treating is definitely going to be the way to go. And we're going to take a look right now side by side using the 2 options that we have. And again, comparing that to a Cmyk print with no pre-treat. Let's take a look here. And again, for consistency, we're going to be using the same image, same size, same garment, and same quality setting for all 3 prints. Stay tuned, we're almost there. Now the dry time for this is going to be a little bit shorter. Based on the quality settings and the size of the print, at that same 350 degrees Fahrenheit temperature we dried our Pretreat at, you give it about 30-35 seconds, you should have a nice strong adhesion for that Cmyk layer so the customer gets a nice long wash life. Get this printed up right now. Yeah, I can already see the sharpness, the crisp line work, the details are all coming in really nice. We're going to dry this up and we'll get going on to the next Pretreat. Awesome. Yeah, the sharpness, the fine detail, the bleeding prevention, this is all really big parts of why we do sell so many different types of Pretreats, and we have these awesome options for your Cmyk. This came out pretty awesome. We're going to get this dried up right now. Now it's a white t-shirt, so you do want to handle with care, because if you do touch the wetting to the fabric itself, now you got a stained shirt. Got this positioned. Again, we're going to protect our heating element using this highly reusable double thick-sided coated sheet. Place this right on top. We're going to give that about another ½ minute. We'll dry that up, and I think we're ready to go move on to our next contestant, which is going to be the Image Armor Light. Stay tuned. Let's get this printed. Now I'm threading the garment on like an ironing board so I can rest my platen height a little bit taller. I'm adjusting my neckline about 2-3 fingers from where the print will start. I'm going to lock this in with my hoop. Data's already received on the printer. Make sure this is nice and flat. Don't want any more height sensor errors. We're going to send the job. Now, personally speaking, I do print mostly dark garments, whether it's for sample or demonstration purposes. We forget how fast a Cmyk print is actually produced, and at a fraction of the ink cost. You already know those Cmyk cartridges are going to last you a long time, and it's really the white that we go through quicker because it's underneath everything. Without the underbase, we're looking at an estimated print time of under 1 minute, and our dry time is also cut in half because we're using half the ink. Now, one of the reasons we love to sell the Stahl's Hottronics line of heat press equipment is not only the lifetime warranty and high grade on the heating element, but also the technical support. They're going to have round-the-clock, 24 hours a day technical assistance, 365 days a year, and I feel like they're one of the only companies that really offer that. It's one of the great reasons we have great support from a great product. This design should be done in just a moment, and it's also going to help us get a shorter dry time. We use, again, half the ink, almost half the dry time. So with an image this quality, this size, on a white t-shirt, I would say about 30-35 seconds, and you'll have a good adhesion on there. Customer will get a long wash life. Almost done. After this, guys, we're going to be loading up a garment with no pre-treat. We're going to print directly onto it like a sheet of paper, and then we're going to be able to take a look at what the difference is, quality, sharpness, things of that nature. I can already see the bold vibrancy on here thanks to the pre-treat solution. It's really gonna help those colors pop, but even more so, I would say, keeping the sharp, crisp lines, really prevent the bleeding. So yeah, this looks awesome. I'll get this dried up right now. Again, we're operating everything pretty much at the same temperature, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I usually just change up the amount of time depending which step I'm on. Now again, since there is no white ink, I'm using the same about 30 to 35 seconds for not only drying my pre-treat, but as well as curing my print. As far as pressure, with direct to garment, we don't really want to have too much force where we can actually mute some of that vibrancy, some of the pigment. So a medium pressure, I would say usually about between maybe a 4 or 5 should be ideal. Again, just kind of a medium contact, making sure we have that consistent time and temperature. This came out pretty awesome. We got one more print to do today, and you'll see exactly how these match up with no pre-treat versus the Image Armor and the Firebird Vivid we just did. Let's go. All right, everyone. You saw us use the Firebird Vivid. You saw us use the Image Armor for light garments. Now, because pre-treat is not technically required if we're not using the white ink, I wanted to do a comparison showing what a print would look like directly onto the garment with no pre-treat. So I've given this a quick pre-press, just a couple seconds. Again, this is important to lay down the fibers, remove any wrinkles or moisture that could be in the material, give us a nice clean surface area for a great solid print. Loading this on the same way, locking the hoop into place. Data is already received on the printer thanks to the lightning fast transmission with the Cathari NeoRip software. And go ahead and send the job. Now I'm going to be using the same dry time settings and temperature that we use for the other prints, and we'll see how they match up. All right, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. It is time for the comparison. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, the first pre-treat solution we used was the Firebird Vivid, one of our more popular products that we carry here for all of our DTG customers. Now we're going to take a look at the print. Again, I did about a level 4, which is the setting for a medium t-shirt, single pass. But I just want to show the camera really quick the sharpness of the lines, the boldness of the colors, the crisp detail of the fine text lettering at the bottom. There's no blurring, no ghosting, no bleeding. Colors look nice and vibrant. This is a solid print. This is a fan favorite for a reason. Can't say enough good things about the Firebird. Now, let's take a look and see how the Image Armor Light printed. Image Armor is one of the more respected, highly established brands in direct-to-garment. See them at all the trade shows. Definitely a popular product here. And another great print. You can see the sharpness, the kind of gradients going around the top, the boldness of the colors, and again, the sharp lettering at the bottom there, the fine detail. This is a solid print. Now, your light fabric pre-treat for Cmyk ink is going to see a lower usage rate, so it's going to last longer than, say, printing onto a dark t-shirt, since we're usually applying 2 layers. This is, again, just to mainly create a foundation so the colors look bold, you keep all of your detail, and the ink doesn't bleed into the fabric. It's a bonding agent. It's going to help keep everything together nice and tight. So over here, we just dried up our non-pre-treated white t-shirt. And again, these are all Smart Blanks garments available at printsupplyco.com. If you got your printer from us, you do get a 20% discount across all your blank garments. Anything you see list price, just take 20% off, and that's for you. So right away, I can see some of the fibers showing through, some of the white kind of peeking through my design. I see the colors are not quite as bold or vibrant, not as dark. Detail-wise, I mean, if we see right here at the Pac-Man, I see this ink bleeding. And that's because there's no foundation underneath the ink to hold everything together. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely passable, you know, but again, if we're trying to have the highest quality final product, I mean, if you look at the Donkey Kong and the Sonic, it's just not as bold. It looks almost like it's already been through the wash a few times. So while we can technically print directly onto white t-shirts without pre-treat, you see the difference firsthand. We sell these products for a reason, they're popular for a reason, and we want you to have the best product forward that you're associated with. Your customers get great garments, they're gonna keep coming back, they're gonna tell people. Word of mouth is huge in this industry. That's how we get business, repeat business, new business. But I hope this was informative and you can see the benefits of why we offer these types of products, what the version is without using them. For more information, like I said, on anything that we went over today, be sure to visit the website. It's aaprintsupplyco.com, and make sure you head over to the YouTube channel. On youtube.com, just type in AA Print Supply Co., hit the red subscribe button, tap the post notification bell, and drop some thumbs up. We got some awesome videos on there. We have a lot of projects on the way. Man, I want to thank all of you guys so much for taking the time to join us for this webinar. If you do have any questions, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comments. We can connect you with the representative to go over anything in more detail. But I had a lot of fun. Hadn't worked with these products as much because, like I said, I do mainly dark, but these are definitely going to be a difference maker with any of your Cmyk prints, and we hope to see you using these too. My name is Esteban. We are All American Print Supply. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you on the next one.